Hello and welcome everyone, this is Calebovitsch coming to you with another recap of the Raid Shadow Legends Sweet 18's tournament, this time for day number 7, a Tuesday. And this day has been all about farming and trying to determine what is the best way for me to farm up my champions. So as you might remember, what I have been doing so far is getting Miscreated Monster to 6 stars, to level 60, and he was able to single-handedly, or double-handed clubbedly, go through normal, hard, and brutal campaign and 3-star all of them for me. But when it comes to him and him beating stage 12-3, it does take a long time. It takes 50 seconds, sometimes a minute, and if you have been farming in this game, you know that you have to do this stage multiple times, like literally multiple times. So doing, for example, 9 runs of this, or 10 runs of this, takes 10 minutes, give or take, just to get 2 stars from level 1 to level 20. And that is a long time. So I thought to myself, maybe I can do something slightly different. Maybe I can switch my farmer from Frankie to Mr. Turnip, as we have been calling Kale in Caleb Port. But Kale is currently just a rank 5 champion, just level 50, so he can have some problems with going through the brutal campaign. So what I did is I took Miscreated Monster's lifesteal gear and I put it all on Kale, and you will see that in a moment, all those gear switches. Just trying to figure out which stuff to leave, which stuff to switch, etc., etc. But in the end, I opted to pay 80 or even more thousand silver and just get all those things onto Kale. Just trying to determine which pieces are going to fit. And those lifesteal pieces are the ones that you are getting the first 7 days of playing this game. So everyone has the lifesteal set for them. So right now Miscreated Monster is not wearing much, but Kale is turning out to be the new farmer quite soon. I'm trying to leave all the gear as is, but he will probably need a damage boost. But what I wanted to do is try him out instead of Miscreated Monster on 12-3 in Brutal, because on my main account, when Mr. Turnip was the farmer, his times were between 10 and 25 seconds instead of 50 to 60 seconds. And if you have to run this level multiple times, it would be much better if it took a shorter time. I mean, right there, you saw that there was a defeat at 38 seconds, but his gear is not fully leveled up, especially the attack chest plate. So this is some editing magic. This is not going this fast. This is 5 times the usual speed of leveling up gear. But I needed to get that piece of gear up to level 16 because gauntlets, chest, and boots are much better to upgrade from level 12 to level 15 than weapon, shield, and helmet, because they give you percentages or speed instead of those flat main stats. Obviously substats are still there, but the main stat line is advancement is much better on pieces of gear, as I usually call them, number 4, 5, and 6, which are gauntlets, chest, and boots. And as you can see, it is going slightly better over here, with Kale being able to withstand that, but the farming time still being at 54 seconds. So this is the same time, give or take, as Miscreated Monster had on Brutal 12-3. But the next playthrough shows another problem with this plan. And that problem will reveal itself right now. Kale is dead, and he got defeated. So after a bit of thinking, I did something slightly different. I went down a level, a campaign level. And this is not Brutal 12-3, this is Hard 12-3. And 29 seconds. So my way of thinking for this one was, okay, I'm not only limited in this tournament by the energy that I have, the free-to-playedness of this one, but also I am prepared to spend at most 3 hours a day, and all of this time streaming my tournament playthrough, on going through this. So real time also is an issue for me, because I'm not just clicking multi-battle, 100 battles, I'm not using auto-clicker, nothing like that. And going down a level means that I'm less energy efficient, because it does, as an example, on double XP days, getting a 2-star champion from level 1 to level 20 takes 10 runs, or 9 runs on brutal and 1 on normal, so between 76 and 80 energy, depending on how you want to do it. And on hard, it takes 13 hard playthroughs and 1 normal playthrough, or just 14 hard playthroughs, so it is a bit more on the energy scale. It is 82 to 84 energy, so we are less energy efficient. But when it comes to real time, miscreated for a minute, 10 runs of miscreated per minute, or 14 runs of Kale per half minute, or even less, then I'm just opting for Kale, because it means 6 to 7 minutes instead of 10, give or take. And that is what I went with. In the end, obviously, when I do level up all the food that Kale is running with, and I get Kale to 6-star and towards level 60, he will take over Brutal, and he will be the future Mr. Turnip, as he well should be. Also, I got an ancient shard for the day, so let's open it up. And this one will bring us something very not special. It is a rare, it is Temptress, and I'm probably not going to be using her anywhere. So, chicken? Chicken? I think it's chicken. Anyway, this was the case of whether to farm on Brutal or just on hard to prepare myself to farm on Brutal again. I hope all that talk was interesting for you all, and I do hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, if you did, you know what to do. And that is to click on the subscribe button. Thank you, and see you next time. Calebovitsch out.